All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back, and today we're playing more Resident Evil Survivor 2. That's what it's called. Just continuing with arcade mode stuff, and what's it? Dungeon mode. There's still a lot of that to go. We got Chris for the dungeon mode now. Just more Survivor 2. More, also just figuring things out as we go. Because there are no, no high quality guides out there for this game. There's only guides that are like half accurate, give or take. About half, I would say, for the most part. So we're winging it. Hello, Quackleton, Axel, Tass, Rock, Lightning Fox. It's that popular. It's that popular. No one actually knows how to 100% this. It's just that popular. No one even knows all the secrets this game holds and how to acquire them. We've kind of just been figuring things out as we go. Because we'll also have moments where some guides will be like, oh yeah, you do this thing to unlock this, and then I do that, and it doesn't unlock, and then I do something else the next time through, and that's what works.
Resident Evil.
Well, let me tweak my volume. Just my headphone volume. Oh, thank you, Windows. Could be just a little bit more. There. Perfect. Just my volume. It's been more exciting that way. It feels kind of new because info is so hard to find. It does. It is genuinely just... It feels like we're discovering things that only like maybe 2 people have seen before. It actually is kind of fun in its own weird way. But at the same time, I'm flying blind on so much. Like, I don't know what I'm doing that is actually getting me more continues in the arcade mode. I don't know what I'm doing that's actually unlocking, like, the single stage runs for the arcade mode. They kind of just happen. I just play, I keep, you know, doing more runs, and then at random points, things just unlock. And I don't really know why. The partner level unlock was a really good one, though, where like every guide on the internet is saying just beat the game twice in arcade mode and your partner will hit like the maximum level. And I beat it like 7 or 8 times and the partner just stayed the same level. So we were all very confused. And then I got the secret nemesis boss fight by accident. I stumbled my way into it, not even trying to. And I beat that run while killing Nemesis near the end. And that's what unlocked the highest partner level. Not just beating the game twice like every guide on the internet says. So it's been a whole lot of that. But it is weirdly fun that way. Because then when you discover it, it's actually way more exciting that way. Playing Peak again. And dungeon mode is not bad. The more that I'm getting used to it, dungeon mode's really not too bad. Although from what I remember from playing it the first time, I remember really not liking the underground levels from what little I played of them. So we'll see. I kind of messed around with them a bit at the end of last stream for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or so. But we didn't really get anywhere. Do that. We'll do the Nemi fight again. There's no reason for me to keep doing it, but I also don't see a reason to not keep doing it. I really need to replay Code Veronica. My favorite is Rev 2. It's It's always so interesting when I hear someone say their favorite is Rev 2, because it does, like, there are people out there. There are a decent amount of people out there who their favorite is Revelations 2. But they're rare. Every once in a while, someone comes in and is like, Revelations 2 is my favorite. And I'm like, really? And now tell me this, is it because of raid mode? Or is it just the story part? Or both, I guess. The only one that really scares me. Interesting. I can see that. The PS1 game scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. But yeah, now I wouldn't say that... Well, I haven't replayed Rev 2 in a while. But I don't remember being too scared by it. You know, when it came out. I actually don't think I have played it since it came out. I might as well grab that. It is good, though. I feel like it's crazy that I haven't replayed it in like a decade. Don't let that spider eat you. That might just be the spider from the document, by the way. When you think about it, that could be the spider. That was an S? I'll take it. I did not think that would be an S. I feel like the only way I ever S rank stage 1 is just by doing handgun only. But Barry the goat is there? That's true, Barry is there. You bring up a good point. Cameron, thank you about the sub. Appreciate it. Uh-oh. Oh, what was the kid's name in Barry's part of the game? What was her name? Why can I not remember? I'm trying here. Natalia. That does sound right. Yeah, okay. Natalia. I completely forgot. Because even when you said it, I was like... That sounds right. Man, I really don't remember much of that game. I do remember the flashlight thing with the partner characters, because I remember trying to play it in split screen with a friend of mine who we had played like RE5 and 6 in split screen before. And Rev 2 can be played in co-op, but only locally. Like, you can only play co-op on it through split screen. There's no online co-op. So a lot of people have never done it just because of that. But the co-op is really weird because you get one character who's like, you know, playing a Resident Evil game. And then you get the other player who's just shining the flashlight. It's really odd. I remember that we never beat it because it was just like, yeah, player 2 really does just get to shine the flashlight. Oh no. There we go. RDR2 remaster leaked by accident? No, it did not. I don't believe you. Ow. Oh boy. Okay, maybe. Maybe. What's the deal with this? Oh. Okay. They're just moving RDR2 into their new engine branch. It's the same thing that GTA 5 just got. It's not a remaster. But it did leak. That is true. Rockstar themselves did accidentally leak it. The enhanced GTA 5? Yeah, it'll be like RDR2 enhanced. It'll be the exact same thing. They're just moving it into the new engine branch, apparently, like they did for GTA 5. Watching your streams since RE2, but I live in Taiwan, so I almost never catch them live. But the next morning while I work. Well, I'm glad you enjoy them. I appreciate it. From what I've seen of GTA 5 Enhanced, it does look nice. To be fair. It'll look like the GTA trilogy. Bro, could you imagine? RDR2 in the style of the GTA, like, classic trilogy or whatever they called that. I'm so glad that I didn't buy that. I still, like, whenever that comes up, I am reminded that that is one of those times where I was like, man, I would like to play this on day one, but like there's other stuff going on right now, so I'll just have to come back to it later. And then it came out and it was like, oh, I think I actually lucked out on this one. So I never went back. I never went back to like buy it and play it later. I don't know why I would. I have the originals on PC already, and they look better. I bought it and I regret it, which is crazy because I buy basically everything. Yeah, that is... Wait, so if it's like the GTA 5 thing, it's probably also going to be free for people who already own RDR2 then. Or was that just a PC thing? Does anyone actually know if that was like... Because I'm not really in the know about what the enhanced GTA 5 was necessarily in terms of that. Console players also got the upgrade for free, right? At least I fucking hope they did. Because, like, I know that I have GTA 5 Enhanced just because I owned GTA 5. Okay, Claire, can you? She's trying to get in my way. I love that this game was so hard for me, and now I've just got it down to a science, and I run it so casually. I bet they'll sell this as its RDR2. Maybe. I was watching the new Superman movie during stream time yesterday. Why was everyone else seeing the new Superman movie? What the fuck happened? What? So many people saw this movie yesterday. Is it any good? People who have seen it. It looked pretty good from like trailers and stuff. I think a big part of it being significantly easier now is that I actually learned how to do the crits. The crits really, really make this a lot easier. And also just acquiring the knowledge that the explosive zombies don't actually hurt me for some reason. Really liked it, like a shocking amount. Remember that scene in The Last Jedi where Luke throws his lightsaber away and the whole mythos is disrespected? The new Superman movie has like 10 of those. Really? Oh man, I gotta... Where's Tom when I need him? He would be the one to ask. I know he's seen it already. Tom is like the biggest DC fan I've ever met. He would know. And he would have opinions, strong one way or the other. He would be the one I have to ask about this movie more than anyone. Oh, he's still alive. I thought he went down. There we go. Better than expected. Happy affiliate anniversary. It is my affiliate anniversary over on Twitch. You guys know that my affiliate anniversary on Twitch and my partner anniversary on YouTube are only one day apart. As in, my partner anniversary for YouTube is tomorrow.
All personnel evacuate immediately.
God, when did I get affiliated on Twitch? Because I was on Twitch before YouTube by like years. So if this year is my 3-year partner anniversary on YouTube, then I've been affiliate on Twitch for... Oh boy, hold on.
Instruction A executed.
I'm doing math.
Personnel evacuate immediately.
7 years. This is 7 years.
Biohazard contamination detected.
I got affiliate on Twitch 7 years ago.
Instruction A executed. All personnel evacuate immediately.
Aren't the zombies with glowing eyes from the team that Wesker sent to the island? They could be. Now that you mention that, they could be. I don't think they ever like explicitly state that anywhere, but that would make sense. Like the few zombies in the game that just randomly have like night vision goggles on for some reason. And we do know that the outbreak is a result of Wesker attacking the island. So that actually would make sense. Frozone. No. They are part of Wesker's team. That weirdly makes a lot of sense. I've never thought about it before, but that just adds up. My one jewel that I have to go out of the way for if I want to fight Nemesis. They were from Wesker's team. Huh. Last movie I saw in cinemas was Matrix Resurrection. What was the last thing I saw in theaters? I think it was that Bob Dylan movie with Timmy Chalamet. And that was okay. That was fine. It wasn't great. It was okay though. I'm generally pretty over the trend of like every like noteworthy musician and band getting movies retelling their whole story of like how they started their career and everything, but it was Bob Dylan, so I was like, okay, that's a really big one. And then it was Timothy Chalamet playing him, and I was like, I love Timmy Chalamet, so I went to see it, and it was just okay. It was fine. Another S? I'm cruising this run. I don't know where all the S ranks are coming from, but I'll take them. Diego, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. $15 a month, and you can go to see as many movies as you want, and you get 25% off the food and booze. That would be a crazy deal, considering... I mean, a ticket at, like, my local theater to see one movie... I think it's like $16 or $18, something like that. So I mean, 15 quid is like $18. Although I guess at that point I would have to go see at least one movie a month, which I don't really do. But maybe if I had a subscription that just covered all of it, maybe I would. Maybe I would go see just about anything that like mildly interests me. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They make the money on like getting people to buy the food, because I assume that the food in theaters in the UK is also horrifically overpriced the way it is here. I remember one time me and my buddies all went, like whenever we go to the movies, we always go to like a fast food place nearby to eat beforehand at this point because the food is so crazy. And one of my buddies didn't get a drink at the fast food place, so we got there and he was like, oh, I'm just gonna get a drink. I'm just gonna get like a large drink to sip on during the movie, right? And then he comes back, like he comes into the theater and sits down after we all went in ahead of him. He sits next to me and he leans over. He was like, how much do you think my drink was? I was like, I don't know. $3 or $4. And he was like, $6 soda. He paid $6 for 1 cup of soda. It was like a Diet Coke or something. He was just like, it was $6. This was years ago. I bet it's worse now. I just remember this so well because he was so pissed. He was so upset over how expensive that soda was. Sherman's Travel Diaries, thank you for the membership. Appreciate it. Always get snacks from the dollar store before going into the theater. Yeah, we just eat like a meal ahead of time and then we go. We're like, we'll just go get food and then see the movie without snacks or anything. That's fine. £15 is less than the 4K sub for Netflix now. Yeah, what is with the new like Netflix tiers? They confuse me. Like Netflix just at a base level has ads now, and you have to get like a higher tier to not have ads. But then it's so weird to me because like you still pay for the version that has ads. Who came up with that? I mean, I guess it's working for them. Their stock is fine, but just like how? How are people paying for that? I would be so pissed. And then yeah, there's like the 4K tier to just watch in higher resolution. It's 4K, 1080p, and 1080p with ads. I canceled my Netflix like in 2018 or something like that. So I'm pretty out of the loop on it at this point. I'm playing MGS Delta Early Edition, son. I am. Yeah, I'm getting the early access, mostly just for the review and everything. An extra 3 days of work on the review really does go a long way. Videos normally take me like 7 to 8 days to get done, so being 3 days ahead is pretty huge. It's pretty good head start. I said before that it was the only gem that I had to go out of the way for, the stage 3 one. That's not true. I have to go out of my way for this one too. I forgot. There we go. But the secret Nemi fight is worth it every time. Now that I know how to do it, and it's so easy to trigger it just on like every run of arcade mode, I have to. I feel like a compulsive need to, you know, show off how truly gamer I am and do the secret nemesis fight every run. I was keeping it for Squid Game, and then it ended up being pretty lame, so that was money well spent. I didn't hear, like, much of anything about Squid Game Season 2. I feel like the most that I heard or saw about it was they did that big, like, collaboration event with Call of Duty. And honestly, I feel like if it wasn't for that, I would barely even know that Squid Game Season 2 came out. Wait, Squid Game 3? Okay, so Squid Game 2 did come out, and I just didn't know. And this was actually Squid Game 3. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what I'm supposed to be taking away from this right now? Oh, 3 was like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so no. I was thinking of 2. This is legitimately the first that I've heard of a season 3. Actually, this is the first time right now that I've ever heard that. I had no idea there was a season 3. Ow. Dog biting me in the ass. You bitch. Squid Game is a 1-season thing, let's be honest. Anything after season 1 is poor. I feel like a lot of shows end up being that, though. Like, my kind of spicy take, not really. It's aged better as time has gone on. It was originally a spicy take. I thought Stranger Things was really, really going downhill as soon as season 2. Like, after season 1, I was like, yeah, we just shouldn't have done season 2. We should have just left it. I watched season 2, I watched season 3, and they were just progressively getting worse. I didn't watch 4. I heard 4 was better, but at this point I'm out. Like I'm kind of over it. Pick things back up again. Yeah, I heard season 4 was better, but just after 2 and 3 were both rough, I was out. Short attention spans always say that. No, it's because they ruined the mystery and then didn't really like build off of it well. Like, not ruined it, but obviously it was like a show that was kind of primarily centered around the mystery of what was actually happening. And then after season 1, everything is explained. Like, it was a very self-contained 1-season story. And then they started season 2 and they didn't really up the stakes or anything. They kind of just continued like with more of the same, but leaned more into just making it like a fun, almost like comedy series where they were just kind of having fun with it. And I was like, this is not at all what I liked about the first season. This is totally different. And then 3 was the same thing, but even sillier and even less mystery. And I was really just like, nah, I'm out. But I'm definitely more picky with TV and movies. I've mentioned that a lot before. I'm not as big on TV or movies as I am on games. So yeah, I tend to just drop stuff a lot quicker if I'm not big on it when it comes to TV or shows, or TV or shows, movies or shows. What show are you talking about? Stranger Things. But yeah, kind of just all the Netflix originals, I guess. Ow. But yeah, once the mystery and stuff was gone with Stranger Things, I just totally lost interest in it. And I tried to, like, you know, I watched all the way through season 2. I watched all the way through season 3 after that, and then I was like, no, it is just kind of, this was a 1-season show. Dude, you know what show really lost me? This was way before Stranger Things. The Walking Dead. This is like the most lukewarm take nowadays. But dude, I loved The Walking Dead. Like seasons 1, 2, incredible. Loved The Walking Dead. I'm a big zombie guy. I love zombie shit, right? So I was super into it. And then season 3, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm starting to notice that this is just kind of like the same pattern of, like, you know, start of the season, we find a new place to kind of lay low, camp out. We hang out there for a while. There's some drama between the humans while they're hanging out there. And then at some point, that drama between the humans leads to someone just snapping and letting the zombies in. And then they get overrun and there's a big zombie fight there. And then we move to the next place, and it genuinely, like, every season was just rinse and repeating it. I was like, okay. I think at like season 5, I just totally dropped it, and I was like, yeah, this got boring. It's just the same cycle every season. Different flavors of the same cycle. Which in a way is good, but it's like, it's too samey, right? Like, to an extent, you want your series to be different flavors of the same thing, but it got too samey. Like, once you've seen the first couple seasons, it starts to really have diminishing returns every time. Is he 28 years later yet? No, was it supposed to be good? I don't even remember what people really thought about it. But no, I haven't seen 28 years yet. Walking Dead did have insane effects. Just the practical effects in Walking Dead were fucking nuts. Just got milked for too long. It really is. I feel like that's more with TV than anything. I feel like they tend to just go on for way too long. Because, like, certainly in the games industry, a lot of, like, franchises go on for really long. But you look at something like Resident Evil, where they typically do kind of do the same thing for a few games, and then right about the time where people are starting to get sick of whatever they're doing, they take a major directional shift and go into something new and fresh, right? And so Resi has, like, 4 different genres within it at this point, or I guess subgenres. They're all generally like horror games with some varying mix of like survival horror and action horror, but there's like 4 distinct styles of Resident Evil game at this point. It's crazy. I feel like games tend to do a better job with like doing those big shifts that keep things interesting from or just as they go on. That's why I love Final Fantasy, but people don't like change from game to game, which is wild to me. Yeah, I feel like that is something that at the very least when I eventually, or I guess I should say if, I always say when, as if I'm gonna do everything that I want to, but man, these things take time. If I do get to Final Fantasy, I feel like that's something that I'll appreciate about them, is just like every numbered entry past. I hear that the first like 6 are all pretty samey until you get to like 7 where it starts to get very different, like every numbered entry. But just them shaking it up so often, because like that's what I love about like the generations of Armored Core. Because all sorts of Armored Core fans are like, oh, I hate, you know, Gen 4. I hate old Gen. I hate Gen 5, whatever it is. But, like, I just like that there are so many completely different styles of Armored Core game that still all feel like Armored Core. But they're different. I love that. Because then I play different games in the series, or I guess games from different generations for different reasons. 9 is better than 6? I don't know. I do, from what I've heard over the years, I hear 9 is really up there for a lot of people. Like definitely just from what I've heard from Final Fantasy fans over the years, 9 does seem to be like a top 3 at the very least. But I've also definitely heard the most people say that 6 is their favorite. I feel like 6, 7, and 9 are like the 3 that I always hear people say are their favorites. Armored Core is a great example. Or Resident Evil. Like, if you just even go, like, the numbered Resi games, compare, like, 1, 2, and 3 style to 4 and 5. And then compare, like, 4 and 5 to 7. And then compare 7 to 6. And then 6 to Village. Like, they shake it up so many different times. And I didn't lump 6 in with 4 and 5 because 6 is just so different, even from those two. generally the same. Like, I do still put it in the same trilogy, for lack of a better term. But I feel like 6 is still a distinct style of action horror compared to 4 and 5. 6 is so different in terms of feel. All right, Chris Redfield time. I just gotta go find the boss and kill it. Shouldn't be hard. With my infinite linear launcher. What the fuck? Although what I was noticing when I was messing around with Chris last stream is that it seems like he's super easy to just like complete a map with because he's so OP. But his what's it? His linear launcher prevents him from getting good scores because he can't get crits. He's hard to actually score with. Yeah, remote play would work on Steam, but what's it? Man, remember the days before remote play? I remember remote play coming out. It wasn't even that long ago. Like, now it just feels so normal to be like, oh yeah, Steam remote play. But I remember remote play coming out and everyone was like, oh my god, this is like the coolest thing ever. And then I feel like it so rarely gets used outside of stuff like that. Like if someone really wanted to play Revelations 2 co-op, they could Steam remote play it and do split screen. Or I remember doing it when that new Lego Star Wars game came out in like 2021 or 2, whenever that was, a few years ago. Me and some friends from high school remote played it so that we could play it in like the 2-player mode. And that was hilarious. Playing split screen. Yeah, Skywalker Saga, that one. The one that had like all 9 movies. Is there nothing else in here? Really? Okay. I feel like I so rarely even think of remote play. It's wild. There are so many Lego games now. I didn't realize until that new Lego Star Wars came out, because I kind of tuned out on the Lego game thing for years and years. Like the last one that I ever bought, like around the time that it came out, was like Lego Star Wars 3, when they did the Clone Wars Lego Star Wars. I was like, oh yeah, badass. I bought that. But then until the new one had come out, what's it? I didn't buy any of them. And then when the new one did come out, I realized just how many Lego games they had made over the years between then. And holy shit. So it's pronounced Cole? You certainly can. It's pronounced Chol. Like, that's the intent, and it comes from just a story from, like, my high school days of me being a dumbass, but my first name is Cole, which is also where the nickname stemmed from to begin with. So it's perfectly fine to say Cole because that is just my name. And you'll often hear people just say Cole anyway. Lego games are fun though. It's weird. I feel like Lego games are really fun for me for like a couple hours. And then I quickly get pretty bored. And even then, some Lego games just don't click with me. Because after the Lego Star Wars one came out, and I was like, oh man, I feel like I missed so many good Lego games over the years. Because people were telling me about like, oh yeah, this one was great, this one was great, you know, whatever it was. Oh god. I picked up Lego Batman 2 on a sale because everyone was like, Lego Batman 2 is the best one ever. Best Lego game. And I said, oh, okay, I'll check that out. Because I had the first Lego Batman way back. And I really liked that one. So I'll check out Lego Batman 2. And I just didn't enjoy it very much. Like, even when I did Skywalker Saga, I felt like I enjoyed it for a good 10 hours or so before I started to burn out on it a little bit. But Lego Batman 2, I just, like, pretty much from the first couple hours, I was like, no, this just isn't my Lego game, I guess. I couldn't tell you why, I wasn't really into it. I didn't have, like, a good reason or anything. There we go. I was like, why can I not hit this spider? The problem is if you've played one, you've played them all. I feel like that kind of is the problem. It does seem that way. Still pissed that I couldn't get Chol on Twitch. I feel like the only way I'm going to down the line ever is if I can get myself Twitch partner, then I know that Twitch partners get like priority on choosing their names because Twitch doesn't allow duplicate names, and there is someone out there who just has like a blank account that apparently hasn't even logged in for like 5 years, who holds the Chol username on Twitch. And I tried to message like support and be like, hey, is there any way that I could get this? And they were like, no, not really, actually. I'm like, oh, okay then. So I guess the only way I could actually get Chol would be if I ever got partnered down the line on Twitch. I would maybe be able to take it then. But I have to settle for Chol 2. Probably someone called Chloe who typoed their name. I always think that, but then I remember that that's not the case for me. Although my story with getting that nickname is particularly stupid. How's about I lurk here? That might help. Well, it will help, probably. Just because of the way that Twitch works. Lurking would help, yes. Was that liquor invisible? They are, aren't they? What the fuck? They have, like, camouflage. What? Oh, god damn it. Well, these crates are gonna get me a bit of combo. I'll take that much. Okay, hold on. I gotta... Oh my god. This is one of those games that is actually hard to see with sunglasses on. Just because everything is so, like, washed out and muted. 30 minutes? Oh, for fuck. I see it. Alright, fine. Hey, me? I was way back here. That's crazy talk. Oh. I still hear one. Ooh. And no cursing. And an ad break. Oh, there we go. What just popped in behind me? A hunter. Chris is crazy on this. They made him so overpowered. For what reason? What'd you think of season 2 of The Last of Us? I didn't watch it. Because I talked about, I started watching The Last of Us season 1 back when that came out. And I did like it. Oh, the bot is doubling again. I'll have to check that out. I did like Last of Us Season 1, but I stopped watching like halfway through, like maybe episode 4 or 5, because aside from the one episode that like fleshed out Bill, and that episode was great, that was like the best, that was the highlight of the whole show for me. Probably just because it was the, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Other than that, the show was literally just retelling the game. And like, I've played the game. I've played the game like 3 times over the years, so I didn't really need to just watch a TV show that was rehashing the game. I lost interest pretty fast because aside from that one episode, it was just the same. And Caveman. And it was a shame because the one episode that wasn't rehashing just the game story was great. Like, clearly there was a lot of potential there to actually expand on things outside of just Joel and Ellie's story in that game. But they only did it like a tiny bit. They didn't really do much with that potential. So Joel stopped watching The Last of Us Season 1 like halfway through, never touched Season 2. Heard that Season 2 was very, like, rushed compared to Season 1. Apparently they were just trying to get it out the door really fast to capitalize on the success of it. Joel cannot verify if that is the case, but that's what Joel heard. That door was locked. It's like a maze in here. But Joel also had no issue with the actress for Ellie, at least from what little he watched. She seemed perfectly fine. It's like the labyrinth from Silent Hill 2. I hated that. Which Silent Hill 2 labyrinth? Remake. The remake one was a lot worse. Oh no. It's too hot. We're slowly dying. Joel has no health. Joel can't go through there. She's bad as an adult. Yeah, that's a thing too, because Season 2 did do the time skip between games, right? So Ellie's supposed to be a lot older, but they only, shot those seasons like a year apart and still just used the same actress that they had play child Ellie, and she just looks the exact same. It looks like they might as well have shot it like a week apart. She does not look any older. But that's probably just part of it being rushed. Uh-oh. So there was no reason to actually come back through the fire room, which is great. Fantastic. They changed Ellie's personality so much, did they? Again, Joel only watched like the very beginning of Season 1, and she seemed the same there. At least from what Joel remembers of The Last of Us. And also take it with a grain of salt that Joel is not exactly the biggest Last of Us fan to begin with. So. They're all like 20 now playing 14-year-olds. That's true. Joel doesn't know why they don't just age up the Stranger Things characters. Just do a time skip. Just do it. The actors are not gonna stay kids forever. Bella Ramsey was only cast as Ellie because her dad works at HBO. Is that actually true? God, and it feels like Joel has been through this hallway like 5 times already. That's the caveman. Oh, true. They have to keep it in the 80s. That's true. Although I feel like the 80s trend, like the 80s craze, the nostalgia craze that there was, has kind of died off now. Okay, am I looping back? I can't tell. Feels like I am. Yeah, I am. Wait, no. Am I? I'm totally lost. I'm gonna be a dad was so bad. What's the I'm gonna be a dad? A hunter in a dead end. I don't know where I am. I've totally lost it. When Ellie found out Dina was pregnant in the show, she said, "I'm gonna be a dad." That's so good though. Why would they have her say that? Maybe I should play Last of Us on the PC port now. I've heard it's mostly fixed, and I juiced up my rig a lot since then. That is an insane line to have her drop though, because yeah, the context of that makes that kind of insane to actually have her say. That's yeah, when you find out your girlfriend was knocked up by another guy and you're her gay lover, that scene is just bad. That is really genuinely just a crazy line in that context. They needed her to go into aura debt. They needed her to have negative aura, so they just had her say something completely out of left field like that. Hi chat, bye chat. What do you mean bye chat? Oh, I forget that you guys can see. Also, what do you mean only 6 more hours maybe? That is the first thing I got from you.
Ew.
Oh. Did I get turned around in here? That must be where the mistakes were made. Oh. Okay, goodbye. There are 2 fire hallways that are the exact same with the spider and everything. Who the fuck made this level? I remember playing for the review and being like, wow, the underground is like impossible to navigate. And I'm starting to remember why. Ray, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Why does it seem like I'm walking in circles again? They are just copy-pasting hallways, aren't they? No problems with her looks or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would not say that I find her attractive, but it's not really what I'm worried about with Ellie. At least, I haven't played the second game, so I don't know what goes on in the second game with all that. I don't even know how old she really is in the second game. But I only ever played the first game, so like in my mind, Ellie is like 14. Even though I know she's older in the second, I just don't know by how much. And I don't really have that experience with the second game anyway. So for me, Ellie is just a child, so I don't really care how she looks. Seems like I'm not lost again. Or, like, I'm no longer lost. That's a better way to say that. There are enemies in these hallways, which is a good sign. And I don't think I ever found a big zombie room like this. I think we're back on track. Even though it feels like I'm walking all the same hallways over and over, it seems like I haven't been here before. Is that boss music? Oh my god, why are you here? Oh, she's dead. I lost my ability to move and I saw the combo meter go up. She's dead. Yeah, that level is terrible to navigate. Holy shit, that's bad. Yeah, I did hear that, what's it? That Druckmann left the show. So the show could absolutely get better from this point on. I joke and say that, but I feel like the only reason that The Last of Us Season 1 was good was because they actually had, like, high-level staff from the game's team involved. I feel like if they didn't, it probably just would have been like another Halo show or something. I joke because I'm not exactly a big fan of Neil Druckmann, but that probably is the reason that the first season was even good to begin with. The Inferno levels. I don't know how many levels there are in dungeon mode. But let me just work through the underground maps, because I feel like that worked well for the clock tower, since I ended up just, like, really intimately learning how to move around the level and everything. That's probably also going to be the move here. And unless I need like high score or high combo or anything, Chris will make everything easier. I just won't get high ranks, but I'll be able to clear everything pretty easily with Chris. 35 minutes to find 4 jewels scattered throughout the map. Haha. We just wait and see what happens going forward. I bet the show doesn't get much better from this point on. Because did they like already do the whole story of the second game in season 2, or did they only do like half of it, or what was the deal with season 2 exactly? Because maybe if they still have like more source material to go off of, it could be okay. But I would just think like if they already covered all the source material and the guy who wrote the games is gone, it probably goes down the shitter from there. But I don't know what they really didn't do for season 2. There we go. Seasons 2 through 5 will be the second game. What the fuck did you just say? You want to run that by me again? What? Huh? How the hell do you stretch like one game? Granted, it's like a 20-hour game, but how the hell do you turn that into like what? 40 hours of TV? What the fuck do you mean? Seasons 2 through 5 will all be the second game. Lots of filler? Yeah, that's the only way. Because like season 1, you know, it's like 10 hours of TV. The first game is like 10 hours. It's not even like 10 hours. Unless you just really take your time with it. It's not even that long. Talking about The Last of Us? Yeah. Oh, you were playing Tony Hawk 3 and 4? The remasters? Oh, what the fuck? Where was that? Oh, there we go. Really didn't like what they did with 4. The park and pinball levels they made for this release were great, though. Oh. What happened to 4? Because, like, to be real, Tony Hawk 4 already wasn't great. So what did they do? Oh, they butchered the soundtrack. Oh. That was, like, the best part of Tony Hawk 4. Okay, I can see where that could be a problem. I can see where they may have messed up. It used to be open world levels, now it's just 2-minute timer levels? What? Why would they change that? Like, I'm actually just trying to think through, like, why would they mess with that? 4 is the same as 1, 2, and 3 now. Oh. Why? I mean, just because they can keep it uniform, I guess, but... Really? It's a shame though. Because like even way back when they announced it, I remember just my reaction being like, oh, I guess, yeah, that's... Also, remastering 3 and 4 is a decision that was made, certainly. It was basically the exact same reaction I had when they announced the Tomb Raider remasters of 4, 5, and 6, where I was just like, oh. I mean, I go for it, I guess. So I wasn't exactly expecting a lot out of them doing 3 and 4, but just like, what? The majority of missions are gone now. And the ones that you left, you can't finish. All within the 2-minute timer, so it feels so weird. Zoo is just a competition map with no animals in it. What the fuck? This feels like a total slop port. It's not a port, it's a remaster, but this feels like... Before anyone even says it, because someone is inevitably going to say it, this feels way worse than like what happened to RE3. If you're familiar with Tony Hawk 4. This is like... What? Why would they do that? That's so weird. And I'm lost again. I wanted to go through all the rest of these caves before I went outside to the next area. Because I was like, oh, there's gonna be, you know, there's gonna be a gem in here somewhere. But I haven't found one yet. Oh my god, these hiccups. And now I'm just totally lost. Like, how did I get back here? Iron Galaxy just aren't as good as Vicarious Visions. Yeah. Did Iron Galaxy do 1 and 2? I don't remember. Vicarious Visions are great. They did the Spyro remasters as well, right? They did Crash and Spyro. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, Vicarious Visions also did 1 and 2. Okay. I think this is it for Pro Skater. We won't get Underground 1 and 2 remakes. Unless... Yeah, unless these just sell well enough to where they don't really care about reception. That sounds like an awful move. That actually does sound like they kind of killed their shot at, you know, doing the Underground games and everything to really keep the train rolling. Did you buy a PS Vita Slim red and black in brand new condition for $320? I'm probably not the guy to ask. I'm not a big handheld gamer. So for me, I'm like, no. But I'm not a good judge on that one. Just because of my gaming preferences. Bro, where the fuck am I? I'm totally running in circles. This is bad. Let's try this door. These underground levels are terrible. Maybe I could draw a map. Oh, I'm outside. Fuck yeah. I say maybe I should draw a map because, like, if I'm getting lost on the simple stages that are just like, hey, I find the jewels and you win, then when I need to do the ones where I, like, plow through and get maximum score, like S rank score, it's gonna take ages. Dude. So maybe if I made my own map. Worm room. Fuck you, big worm. You don't drop a jewel or anything, do you? No. I thought maybe the optional boss fight in the middle of the level might, but I guess not. They remade 3 and 4, do you think there's still chances for COD MW3 remastered with the Spec Ops mode? Do I think there's a chance, like, long term? Yeah. Do I think there's a chance, like, soon? No. Personally, no. If they were going to, I think they would have already. Like, if they had any short-term plans for it, I don't think that we would be seeing a 5+ year gap between them. I don't personally. I wish they did, because I hate that we have remastered campaigns for Modern Warfare 1 and 2, but not 3. It's kind of just unfortunate, but it is what it is. I hated the Spec Ops modes, man. Really? I hate some of them. It depends on which one we're talking about. MW3 Spec Ops, I love for the survival mode primarily. Chaos is okay, not really, not my thing. I think with both MW2 and 3, the OG ones, the Spec Ops are, or the Spec Ops like missions, like the 2-player timed missions, are pretty good. They're just not my thing. Like, I like to play through them. They are fun. But then once I've gotten, like, the time that I'm shooting for, like, once I've gotten my stars, I move on to the next thing, right? Like, I don't replay them over and over and over and over. I want to get my, like, highest possible reward, and then once I do, I'm done. I'm not pushing it any further, but man, MW3 survival mode was so good. I talk about it a lot. Modern Warfare 2019. They announced like Spec Ops is coming back with co-op missions and survival. But the survival is PS4 exclusive. I said, ah, shit. That means MW3 survival's coming back. I gotta buy this game on my PS4 instead of PC. I gotta do it because that survival mode is gonna be so good. And I bought it on PS4. I went out of my way to play it on the worst version just so that I could have my beloved survival mode return. And guess what? Modern Warfare 2019 has like the worst fucking survival mode ever. It is total dog shit. Complete shit. And I still am pissed about it to this day. God damn it. Not the immediate Chulwig. So I bought the game again on PC a few months after launch because I was just like, nah, I'm not doing this. I think I bought it on PC after Warzone came out. Because that was like, oh, I have a reason to play the game. Because I also actually wasn't that big on MW19 in general. Multiplayer was fun for like a couple weeks. But then I got very sick of it very quickly. Because the maps were shit. The balance was horrific in MW19. Like, COD's balancing is not known to be great. Every year we have a gun at launch that is just totally dominant. But if you did not live through the launch period 725 on Modern Warfare 2019 multiplayer, words cannot express to you how fucked that shotgun was. Like, genuinely, I have never seen a more powerful shotgun in any multiplayer video game ever. I'm not exaggerating either. You know why? There were not one, but two bugs. Two with the 725 that took Infinity Ward over a month to patch. You wanna know what those two bugs were? Let me tell you. Let me fill you in, okay? Come here. Make sure you're sitting down. You don't want to be standing up when I say this bit, okay? First of all, there was a bug where when hip firing the 725, if anyone was even within like the hip fire spread radius on your screen, like if you had them relatively within the reticle, or sorry, if they were within any of the pellet spread, every pellet from the gun, every single pellet would hit them when hip firing. Guaranteed. As long as they were somewhere within the pellet spread radius when hip firing. That was just one thing. That was one of the two bugs. And that already is fucking insane, right? Because if they were anywhere generally in the middle of your screen, every single pellet hit them and it was a guaranteed kill because the damage was that high. Now get this. The second bug that this gun had for over a month, let me remind you, they both were present in the game for over a month at launch. The second bug was the damage fall off at longer ranges was not working at all. Like, the pellets are supposed to despawn on a COD shotgun beyond a certain range. And obviously, as you get further away from the shotgun, they're supposed to do less damage. That wasn't happening. There was a bug where regardless of whether you had the slug shot equipped or not, all pellets would go directly towards the center also if you were aiming down sights. So there was no damage fall off. All pellets were hitting perfectly on target. The hip fire was bugged where all pellets would hit them if they were even near the middle of the screen, anywhere close. So you had a gun that had fast aim down sights time, would always hit perfectly on target and be an instant kill to anywhere on the body. And it was the best gun close range, mid-range, and long range. There was literally no weapon in the game that outclassed the 725 in any scenario for over a month at launch. When I say that MW19 had the worst like balancing I've ever seen in a COD game, which is an extreme statement, I am totally serious because they had shit like that going on. Like, I cannot describe to you how awful, and that was just one of the problem guns in this game. There were multiple, but that was the one that really pissed me off. Especially because they didn't fix it for so long. It had multiple bugs that made it the best gun in any situation. It was so bad. It was so bad. But like, there was that. There was the AUG at launch, which was just by far and away the best SMG. The AUG was an SMG, by the way, for some reason. I don't know what the deal was with that. But yeah, the AUG, if you wanted to run any SMG, just run the AUG. There's no reason not to. The M4 at launch as well. The M4 for most of MW19's life. Just run that. In pretty much any situation, you'll be fine. Historically in COD, the M4 was always like your all-around gun that worked in any situation. But it was a jack of all trades. So like, yeah, you ran the M4 and it would always be good, but it was not the best gun in any situation. It was just, it could do everything well, but it was never the best. The M4 was the best assault rifle, best SMG. It was pretty much better than any sniper because of just the ADS time on the snipers being so slow in that game. And the scope sway, the aiming sway in snipers, or on snipers being so bad in that game. The M4 was beating snipers at long ranges as well. Like cross map, the M4 would win. That game had so many problem guns at launch, and pretty much all of them remained problems for multiple months at a time. And even then, like later on in the game's life, they introduced new problem guns. If you played it throughout the year, does anyone remember the Grau? Warzone was a little different, but the Kilo in Warzone for the longest time. The Bruin in Warzone, the Snake Shot pistols in Warzone and multiplayer. Like, that game had pretty much one gun like that was a problem, like a legitimate problem that hurt the overall state of the game for the entirety of its life. It had at least one or two weapons that were actively destroying that game pretty much at any given time. It was so bad for balance. And like Black Ops 6 had a bit of a rough start for balance. Most CODs do. But like BO6 at launch, it was like, yeah, Jackal's too strong. The XM4 is too strong. Took them like a week to nerf those. And since then, the balance in BO6 has been really good. Like, you can use anything in BO6 and be perfectly fine. Guns actually fit their roles in BO6. Like, you know, if you're trying to fight a sniper across the map with an assault rifle, you're probably gonna lose. If you're trying to fight an SMG player at point blank range, you're probably gonna lose with an assault rifle. Again, my bad. Same with shotgun. You know, if you're up close fighting someone who has a shotgun, you have an assault rifle. Even if you have the best AR in the game, you're still gonna lose that fight. If you try to use a shotgun at more than close range, if you're even medium range with a shotgun, you're gonna lose. Like, BO6's balance is actually great. It probably is the most well-balanced COD multiplayer I've played in years. Since Cold War, to be honest. Since Treyarch's last game. Cold War probably had more balance issues, too. I think BO6 has been a lot better than Cold War was. Didn't play BO6 at all. The movement was way too fast. The movement's great, but it is a lot. That is one of my things for BO7. Apparently, we should be expecting Omni movement to come back for BO7, from what leaks have said. But I'm hoping that it's like the same movement system, just toned down. Like, I don't want sliding to just send you flying around corners and make you impossible to hit. The sliding feels like it's a little too much in BO6, especially once you start to get up there in the skill base. Every gunfight, once you get high up enough on the skill-based rating that's in the background and you're playing people who are actually good, it feels like every gunfight in that game is just boiling down to who slides around the corner, because whoever is sliding is just gonna win. I definitely, like, I hope the movement does get toned down a bit, but I like the idea of it coming back. You said the survival mode was the worst. What was so bad about it? The progression systems were terrible. Like, just the whole, you know, you earn cash by playing through the rounds and then you use the cash to buy stuff. It was super, the balance was fucked with the cash. The whole system was foundationally messed up to where, like, you were not ever earning a meaningful amount of money. It would take you like multiple waves of the mode to just buy your first gun. Like your first gun that you actually want and isn't the random gun that you spawn with. Or actually, I can't remember. I think you spawned with like the pump action shotgun in MW19. I don't really remember because I'm trying to even just... I did not play much of this mode. The enemies were also way overtuned, and they weren't adjusting the balance of the enemies per how many players there were. So it was a really difficult mode, even if you had like a full 4-player session going. But if you had any less than 4 players, you were just gonna get stomped in like the opening waves. Like literal, you're not gonna make it to wave 3 in solo kind of balance. It was so rough. It was so bad. Because like you just couldn't survive the early waves if you did somehow survive the early waves, you weren't gonna make it to like wave 5 because you weren't even gonna be able to buy yourself a good gun by then. It was so fucked. It was so bad. It's called Omni Movement. I was just thinking back, like literally the other day, on I'm so glad that I play every COD campaign at launch before I get really into the games. Because I have so many funny clips. Like now, to me, Omni Movement feels pretty normal because I've just been playing BO6 on and off throughout the year. And I haven't gone back to like play any older CODs during BO6's life because I actually really like BO6, like a lot. So now, like, I'm so adjusted to Omni Movement. I just died. But what's it? I have clips from back when the game came out, like launch day, of me like sliding backwards and like doing John Woo dives to the side in the campaign and like shooting akimbo pistols at enemies while diving sideways. And I'm just yelling the whole time. I'm like, Omni Movement, anytime I do anything funny. I'm like, thank God I have this shit to just preserve how incredible this stuff was on launch day. Because, oh my God, that was so good. Hold on. I might actually have to, like... I'm gonna go check the game facts for this game. I don't really have hope. But maybe someone already wrote out a guide for the dungeon mode. Oh, hold on. Hold on now. No, not really. There's one more that I can check. It is the final guide on game facts for this game. Does he even have dungeon mode info? He does not have. Okay, so no one has done this. No one has gone through and actually like made a resource for dungeon mode. There isn't. I looked last time. Fuck. Does the wiki have maps? No. Oh no. Because I actually just can't even like navigate this shit. I really can't. Wait, what should I put in my members only but I don't? Oh my God, ID nunumber. You're right. It says nunumber. God bless you, Resident Evil Survivor 2. Oh, my COD clips? I mean, they're all on stream. Like, the VODs are there. There might be a YouTube video of it. There is a YouTube video of it. Holy shit, I can see. Yeah, and there's a wiki page that has like a page from the game's manual that's in Japanese and doesn't have like a map or anything. Or much useful info. Okay, hold on. I need my glasses, first off. We're being healthy today. Oh my God, his game is stretched into widescreen. through an emulator. Why? Why do people do this? A widescreen patch is one thing, but not the stretching. Come on, man. Oh, there is a YouTube video. Stretched widescreen is criminal. It is. Man. Okay. Yeah. So there's not a good resource out there for stuff like this unless I want to sit here and just like mimic his YouTube video and just walk through all the same doors. So I can make a map. I don't want to make a map. I opened up the thing to do it, and I really don't. I don't want to make a map. I feel like I'm gonna need to actually get this done in a reasonable amount of time. But no. I could maybe just play as another character too to make it slightly more interesting. Because Chris can't like actually collect guns outside of the linear launcher, granted he doesn't need to. But at some point I'm going to want to play as the other characters and I'm going to have no ammo. Like Steve is good for high scores, so I should maybe just play as Steve a bit.
Okay.
When were we supposed to get our rewards? When they are ready. Which continues to be longer than I thought it would be. But at some point they will be. The issue was, well, there are a couple issues with it. I put through an order for both at once. Like they're part of the same order. Which sounded like a good idea at the time. Now looking back, I'm like, okay, it probably would have been better if I had just done the one I needed. And then the person I'm working with has had stuff coming up that has pushed it back. Ow, ow, ow. Troll Chug shirt when? How would I even make that into a shirt? It would literally just be like a PNG of me drinking water on a shirt. It would be a terrible shirt. Oh, I have to shoot it from that side. I wouldn't buy it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, I got bit. Maybe Steve was a bad idea. Damn it. I go. I've been going left to right, and that's been getting me lost a lot. What if I go right to left? Try to find a gem that way. Also, there's no way I'm gonna run out of ammo this fast, right? There's handgun ammo back there. However long that might last me. I wish I could have an out-of-body experience every time I look down. The thing with the camera, like, pulling away and hovering above the character is when there's an enemy behind them. Like, when there's an enemy right behind you, it does that, and it's really, really obnoxious. I hate it so much. Son of a bitch. And when there's an enemy below you, it does it a little bit. You're right. It mainly does it when there's an enemy behind you. I didn't realize it was also actually pulling out of my head for when there's something below me. See, now I've made it outside already. 1 HP. Yeah, Steve is struggling a bit. Oh. Oh boy. You know, maybe Chris. Chris sounds good. Ah, but I am gonna need ammo for Steve. We'll get ammo for Steve when we need Steve.
Come on.
Let me just try to get some jewels. Try to figure out the map layout better. If I play my cards right, I can combo as Chris. Chicken jockey dot. Fucking Akiyama saying chicken jockey is such peak brain rot. I can't believe that it's real. And him singing lava chicken. The funny thing is that the chicken jockey line is slightly different there, because he's basically just saying, like, that's a chicken jockey. Instead of simply yelling chicken jockey. It's more like he's trying to explain it, whereas in the English, he almost seems to take pleasure in the fact that they don't know what is going on. The guy voicing Jason Momoa is Aizawa from 5. Incredible. From 5 and Ishin, you mean? OG Ishin. Aizawa was in it. And he was... I need to stop talking. I almost just spoiled. For a game that I am going to stream. So I will refrain from spoiling OG Ishin. Did I just go in a circle? Oh god, it's happening again. Crazy that Akiyama's voice actor is also Donald Duck in Kingdom Hearts. He's not just Donald in Kingdom Hearts. He is just Donald Duck in Japan. Like, in any, like, film or animation that is Donald Duck, he's also Donald Duck. He's not even just Donald Duck in Kingdom Hearts. He just is Donald Duck. Oh, damn. He's literally just Donald Duck in Japan. Isn't he the purple guy? Yeah, he's Beerus in Dragon Ball. He's Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop. He's like the Troy Baker of Japan. He's like Troy Baker with vocal range. Sorry, Troy. I say that. Troy Baker has actually gotten a lot better with his vocal range over the years. My new like popular voice actor, who I swear sounds the exact same every time I hear him, like to the point where it's annoying, is Matt Mercer. He sounds the exact same every fucking time, I swear to God. Troy Baker, I feel like, used to always sound the same in everything, but now he's actually expanded his range quite a bit. I swear Matt Mercer is the same guy every single time. He's one of those actors that you can just hear him and be like, oh, that's Matt Mercer. What about Steve Bloom? Steve Bloom is the same thing every time, but he's funny. And his voice is awesome. Matt Mercer just has a very, very normal voice. I want to watch Cowboy Bebop. It looks good. You should. Cowboy Bebop is great. I'm lost again. Jennifer Hale is kind of like that. You're true. I can hear Jennifer Hale when it's her. That is true. Shit. I'm lost. I need a map. Like, I actually, and I'm gonna need to make one. There's not a map out there on the internet. No one has made a map. Okay, this is back moving in the direction I want to. This is good. You should see Troy's Joker performance. You wouldn't recognize him. I've played Arkham Origins. He's an okay Joker. But he's also like the least Joker I've ever heard. If that makes sense. I've never felt like he was a particularly great fit. Especially in a series where the main actor who plays the Joker is Mark Hamill, who has like my favorite Joker ever. It's only because they get typecast. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if that's the case with Matt Mercer. I've heard bits of his Majima. And he just sounds like Leon from RE6. The Suicide Squad game? Is that who we're talking about? Because I haven't heard that one. I didn't hear great things about him, though. I heard a lot of people didn't like that Joker. Yes, Troy Baker was really, really good in Indiana Jones. Absolutely. Like, that just sounds like Harrison Ford. It's crazy. He nailed that one. His Indiana Jones was crazy. I forget that he was Indiana Jones, but now that you bring it up, yes. Mark did voice Joker in Arkham Asylum. Not Matt Mercer, whoa. Troy Baker voiced him in Arkham Origins. Yoink. What mission are we trying to do now? The all jewels, and I can't even find my way around this map to begin with. I'm trying to learn it, but it's a shit show. I keep getting lost on this map. It's terrible. I have like zero sense of direction on this map. It doesn't help that they're copy pasting hallways and rooms, like even with the same enemy placements and stuff in multiple places. It makes it worse. Roger Craig Batman. Again, I feel like his Batman was like good, just not Kevin Conroy. Because again, that's like the best Batman, who is normally the voice in the Arkham games. So you compare it to him, and it's like, yeah, this is not as good. But his performance just as Batman is good. Just... yeah. Did you hear Disney is actually planning on rebooting the Indiana Jones franchise? I did not. Oh god. Is this where I came from? Or is it the other side of the room? That's one thing I'm sick of Hollywood doing, taking established franchises and bastardizing them. Well, to be fair, you're just assuming they're going to bastardize it, which it's Disney, so fair enough. But in all fairness, you are just assuming it's going to be a shit show and a bastardization purely off of knowing that they're going to touch it and reboot it. A lot of reboots come out great. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. Jensen Ackles played Batman? In what? DC Animated Universe, if you've seen those. I have not seen those. I wouldn't say a lot. I would say a lot. A lot of reboots do come out really good. Just... I would definitely say more of them turn out just not as good. But then you get ones that, like, you know, you get ones like Doom back in 2016. That was a great reboot. Obviously. It brought Doom back from being dead for like over a decade. How did I even get back there? I'm so confused on how that even happened. Soft reboot? Kind of. It was a weird one, because when 2016 came out, there was no connection with 2016 to the prior games. 2016 being a soft reboot rather than a reboot was established only once Doom Eternal came out and actually definitively connected it, or connected that new, I guess, spin on Doom to the original games. But for like the first 4 years of 2016 being out, it was just a reboot. And to be honest, I feel like they absolutely could have not intended for it to be a soft reboot until they were doing Eternal and decided to connect it to the older material. Because it really does feel that way. Doom 3? Yeah, the last before 2016 was 3, which was 2004. So it was dead, aside from like the mobile RPGs, it was dead for 12 years. Just kind of sitting there not being used, although they were developing Doom 4, but then that fell through. So not dead, but we didn't get anything from Doom for over a decade. Which for something as big as Doom is kind of crazy. I think it's because it was gone for so long that they decided to reboot it too. Rather than just continue it straight up. He voiced Batman in the Tomorrowverse. Yeah. I've never been down this hallway. I tried just going a different way than I normally would, and I have not been here. We're making progress. And now this hallway I've seen a million times. Is there a gem? Of course not. Why would there be? That would be crazy. Now it's getting rough. It's because this level is so awful. They actually did just copy paste the hallways for the most part with no changes. But like, they're different hallways that lead to different things, but they look the exact same. So until I play this map a lot and really get a feel for it, I'm gonna have no clue where I am. Like, I'm starting to piece together some of it, but not really. I'm still calling 2016 Doom 4 for clarity. Yeah, I did call it Doom 4 for a long time. But I eventually just came around on the 2016 name. And now I've seen like 4 versions of this exact room. I don't know which one I'm in. You honestly need to get some graph paper out. I have like a blank graph paper tab open in the background on my second monitor, and I might actually make a map for this level if it doesn't get any better in like the next couple attempts, because I actually cannot keep track of where I am. And I don't want to have to sit here and draw out a map of everything, but I might have to. Like, actually, to be able to get through this, I might need to map it out. I gotta remember I can blow up those barrels for combo. Have I been in the Green Hunter hallway? Still no gem in it, so it doesn't fucking matter if I've been in it or not. When the game design is so good, you need to graph out a map just to complete one level. Bro, it's rough out here. And like, that little bit is so finicky to even like try to squeeze through. I always get stuck coming out of that door. This level is brutal. I actually just am so lost all the time. I feel like if I did make a map too, I would have to like write down what's in every room. Because there are, I think, very slight differences. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. Just in terms of like what is in the room. I think there are slight differences between the copy-pasted hallways and such. But it'll be like, you know, this version of this hallway only has only has one hunter rather than 2. It will be shit like that. Or 2 spiders instead of 1. What games do you think can be turned into a movie or TV show in a way that they fit? Very, very few. Which some of that may just be pessimism from all the failed adaptations over the years, but not many. Telltale games, you could turn those into movies just fine. That's pretty much what they are. Things like The Last of Us, also, it's basically just a movie as is. Uncharted, had they actually just done like a straight adaptation of Uncharted 1, that could have worked. Uncharted would have been a good adaptation if they did it right. I don't think you could do Warhammer well. Ow, ow, ow. Sonic movies, I'm running in a circle. I've been here. There's no enemies. It's the same hallway as before. I just went in a circle somehow. But then there are zombies over there. Did I not go in a circle? Is it just the same hallway, but there's no zombies in it? I don't know. You're seeing the problem, right, chat? You're seeing what's going on. Okay, I've definitely been here. Unless I haven't been. No, I've definitely. Warhammer had that secret level episode that was kind of just a badass action sequence with some badass narration about Titus being badass or whatever. That sounds about right. I didn't watch Secret Level still. Okay, I have not been in this room. I've not heard save music before on this stage, so this is new. And there's one of the jewels. From what I heard, you're not missing much. Yeah, it seems that way. Also, just from what I heard, I feel like most people were pretty disappointed in Secret Level. Is this the first jewel you found? Yes. Kidding me? No, this level's a maze. I tried to find maps. They don't exist. No one out there has made maps of the dungeon mode levels. The only thing I did find was a long play, like, sort of thing. Not even a long play, I think it was a let's play. It seemed like he had commentary, but I had my audio off. I found a guy let's playing it, and oh, there's a second one. His video of doing just this mission with the 4 jewels was like 30 minutes long. So I'm assuming I'm not the only one who gets lost on this level. have been in here too. Son of a bitch. Nothing back here. Games industry has a lot more indie stuff going on, unfortunately. I don't know. I'm pretty not doomer on the AAA industry, weirdly. In a sense of being a consumer who enjoys AAA games. Right now, I feel like it's actually not that bad, like, at all, if I'm being totally real. I think a lot of people just have, like, their franchises that they enjoy, like their handful, and they don't really venture much outside of that, so if there's either not been much or, like in those franchises, or they release like a bad game or whatever, people get pretty doomer about AAA. But I bounce around a shit ton, and I feel like there's constantly more good stuff coming out than I'm even able to play, like, and keep up with. And there was a dark period, but genuinely for the last like 3 years straight, I haven't been able to keep up with all the good stuff I want to play. And I've had a lot of good games that I played that I just didn't end up finishing because I had to go to the next thing. Like if I wanted to fit that in. Like Baldur's Gate 3, I still only got like 40 hours into. Because there was just so much. Like Armored Core came out, was the thing that took me away from Baldur's Gate. Armored Core 6 came out. Right now, I'm skipping Death Stranding 2, and everyone's loving Death Stranding 2. But I'm just gonna wait. I haven't played the first one yet. I need to play the first one even. I'm not caught up on the first one. Like, there's so much in the AAA space that's going on that people are enjoying and that I would like to get to, but just there's not enough time. I'm very not doomer on AAA games right now. Because, like, at least from the way that I play games, man, I can't even keep up. I have a feeling I'm lost again and I might die. Unless I get health very soon, I might die. I feel like I've been in this hallway. Oh. Triple S ranking all deliveries? That sounds like something I would do. Typically, if there's something to track ranks, which I would assume, just knowing what little I do about Death Stranding, I would assume that they do have a menu very similar to like MGS5's menu with all the rank tracking. I probably would max rank everything. I would have like a compulsive need to. How could I not? Ooh, medkit. Okay, we're not dead yet. Which door did that even come from? This door. I just came from here. You guys want to know? You guys want me to get on a random rant? You want to know my peeve with the Resident Evil community? Well, one of them. I have a few that are known, but probably my biggest one, just from like the community itself, not from like creators or the way Capcom handles it or anything. Just genuinely the players. You guys want to know what has really started to annoy the shit out of me over my months extensively covering Resident Evil? It's the remake comments. And not about the games that have been remade, but I swear to you, I just watched on my phone in like the last 2 minutes. Just 3 comment notifications pop-ups rather. I can talk, I can speak. And all 3 of them, 3 comments in a row in the span of like 2 minutes on my phone that popped up on 3 different Resident Evil videos are people saying, I hope they remake this game. Because I swear to you, every single video I make on any Resident Evil game, mainline or spin-off, doesn't fucking matter, there is someone either saying, I hope Capcom remakes this game, or this game would be so much better if it got a remake, or I want them to remake this game, but don't do it like Resident Evil 3. That's another common one. Like, it doesn't matter what game it is in this series, there's always the remake comments on everything. It feels like Capcom has like opened up Pandora's box after remaking so many games, and now everyone just wants a remake of every game in the franchise. Like, even Tibby jokes about the RE2 remake video. I hope they remake this game. There are even people who are like, RE1 remake was so long ago and it's still fixed camera, and I hope that they remake RE1 again, like the new remakes. And obviously there's a lot of people who are like, they need to remake RE3 again and do it right this time. We need a remake of RE3 too, because they didn't do it right. We need them to remake it again, or do like a director's cut where they actually fix it and pretty much just remake half the game. And the remake shit drives me insane at this point because it's constant. It is every game. It is like, genuinely, it is crazy. And just for months of me covering Resi, it has been like every 3 comments I get on the Resi videos are people talking about Capcom needing to remake this or that. Or they need to remake this game. I even get the RE3 remake comments all the time. I haven't even covered RE3 remake yet. And I get comments all the time about how they need to remake RE3 again on just any RE video. Doesn't matter what RE video it is. There are people talking about RE3 remake. God damn it. I got to the boss door and I only had 3 jewels. I missed one somewhere. And now I can't find it. I was hoping it would be like close by. Like I just barely missed it, but I'm not finding anything. It's not looking great. And then God knows I'm gonna find it and not be able to find my way back to the boss easily. Most RE fans nowadays came after the Capcom era. That's true. Because also, like, a lot of the comments on the RE6 video are people saying, what's it? Like, I really like this game. I don't know why people say that it almost killed the franchise, because it's good and like it sold well. So it didn't nearly kill anything. But if you weren't around for the shit show of like ORC and RE6 coming out within the span of a few months of each other, it's like you genuinely just don't know how big of a deal that was. Like, and it genuinely, it didn't even just change the way that Capcom approached Resident Evil. It changed the way that Capcom approached like all of their games to this day. Their current way of developing and greenlighting and everything is a result of what happened with RE6. Because RE6 did sell a fuck ton of copies. But do you know what Capcom told us in a statement? RE6 barely broke even because their budget was so fucking high. RE6 to them, because of how much budget went into it, was a failure. And because of how crazy RE6 was, it was one of those things where the game sold so much, but it was so ambitious and so expensive that it wasn't enough. And it made Capcom scale back all of their efforts beyond that point. Like, genuinely, Street Fighter V, that shit show from 2016, was actually a result of RE6. Because Street Fighter V's budget got slashed after RE6 happened. The whole reason that Street Fighter V came out with like no content and no characters and all that was because they had to cut back on their budgets so heavily after 6. Everything that Capcom does to this day, and they're starting to not do that kind of extreme shit, but genuinely, the way that they approached everything after RE6 across like all of their big franchises changed. It was such a big deal. Oh my god, can I blow up those boxes? Okay. That would have changed everything. I would be like, it's definitely, the last jewel is in one of those boxes. It has to be. Yeah, there were, and not all like in Capcom studio, like in Tokyo, but in total with like all the studios they were co-developing with and everything, there were over 600 people who were getting paid for the work on RE6. And even that alone, like paying salary for over 600 employees for the 3.5 years that the game was in development, that already is an insane expense. Like that is far from cheap. Paying livable wage for 3 years to over 600 people is very expensive. Incredibly expensive. I don't know what like median salary is for game dev in other countries, but like in the US, to put it into perspective, the average game developer or designer makes about $75K a year in AAA. And that's like average, to be fair. There are developers who make less. Generally, junior designers make more like 60, 65. And then senior designers are making more like 80 to 90, but it sits around 70, 75K average in AAA. So paying that over multiple years for 600 people, that already is insane. That would be about 45 million for 600 people. Yeah, just that alone, just paying wages for everyone would have cost them, we can ballpark, around 45 million. Oh, for 1 year? Oh, I thought that was for 3 years because I'm not sitting here doing the math. I assumed you just punched that. Okay. About 135 million over 3 years. Jesus. Yeah, that starts to put it into perspective. Like just the sheer cost of RE6's development. That was just to pay the employees over the duration of the development. Again, ballparking, but that's a pretty safe ballpark considering I was just saying like average wage that you'll pay a designer or developer regardless of like, you know, tenure or anything. That's about, if you average it out, it would be something like 75K a year for all of them. And yeah, Capcom does not do development anywhere near that big anymore, right? Because, I mean, 600 people all working on one game. They don't do that anymore. I'm trying to remember. Hold on. I'm trying to find, like, RE2 Remake. That can't be right. There's no way. According to Tweaktown, RE2 Remake had a dev team of over 800? Who is Tweaktown? I guess just a gaming outlet that I've never heard of. Where did they get that? That can't be right. There's no way they had 800 people on RE2 Remake. Working on it for the entire production? Not for the entire production. Obviously, you'd have people going in and out, but I'm just trying to, like, ballpark it. There's no way they invested that much into RE2. That's what I'm saying, because we know RE2 costs way... We know that RE6 is still one of the most expensive games Capcom has made, period. We don't know that it's the most expensive necessarily, but we know it's up there. Like, one of the most expensive. Which, for a company that's been around as long as Capcom and worked on as many big things as Capcom, that's a pretty big statement. I'm assuming that would include a lot of contract workers. Yeah, contract work in game dev typically is 18 months average. Normally you either get like a 12 or a 24 month contract in the industry. So average out, that's probably like 18 months. That doesn't seem right. It doesn't, but also I've never seen that outlet before. It's just the first thing that came up on Google, so I'm not sure how much I'm putting into that. Like how much trust I'm putting into that. I've never heard of Tweaktown before. And I'm back at the start of the level. Still haven't found that jewel. God damn it. But yeah, smaller teams are absolutely, well, I've talked about, there's definitely like a middle ground when developing games where, like, if your team is too small, then everyone gets spread super thin and it becomes really inefficient. I'm trying to think of an example, like a big, oh, I got a great example. Hollow Knight Silksong has 4 developers, as far as we know. Last we heard, it's 4. Hollow Knight Silksong, who knows when that's coming out? Enough said on that. If your team is too small, it becomes really bad, because, and that's what I experienced when I was in the industry, was we had a team of less than 10 on our project, and what ended up happening was we just had, like, everyone on the team had to wear multiple hats, had to do so much different shit.
The only regames I'd like to see remade are 0. Both have issues that make it hard to come back to 0 because of the inventory system.
True. I don't know, 0, I feel like they're probably not going to touch 0, because I don't feel like Capcom even knows what they want 0 to be at this point. Even, like, shortly after, 0 is just kind of a general shit show when it comes to story and lore. Thank you for the 10, by the way. So I don't know what the possibility looks like for Zero. CV, I feel like CV they're going to remake at some point. And I definitely, like, I want CV so bad because I actually love CV just as it is. I could certainly agree, like, it's maybe a little too long. But even then, now that I had to, like, really, like, route myself and figure it out when I did the 100% for it, I feel like I realized just how much my long ass CV playthroughs were so long purely because I would get lost. Not really because like there's too much going on, but just I had a tendency to get lost a lot. So even now, I don't know if I would say that CV is too long, because it's kind of weird in that sense too, where like most RE games are really short, like really short. Especially the survival horror games in the series are typically like 4 or 5 hours long, which is very short. CV is more like 8 or 9 hours long, which is more like, yeah, that's a much more normal single player game length, right? So I don't know, the more I think on CV, I always used to say that its biggest issue was just being too long, but now I'm kind of like, is it too long? I don't know. I'm becoming more of a CV defender as time goes on. More and more of an unashamed CV defender, for sure. But Zero got issues. Zero, like, there's the inventory thing, and that sucks. But even beyond that, dude, you know what no one ever talks about with Zero? That I feel like everyone needs to talk about with Zero way more? This might actually be my biggest issue with Zero that I've realized more as time has gone on. Every enemy in Resident Evil Zero that's not a basic zombie is annoying as fuck. Every single one of them. Zero has like the most obnoxious, irritating enemy pool out of the franchise by far. It is just like everything that you run into that's not a zombie. Dogs in Resident Evil have always been annoying, but they're not the worst. But then beyond that, you've got like little monkeys that bounce off the fucking walls everywhere, and you can't hit them because you're playing with tank controls. So you can't even shoot them, and then they hit you and they do a shit ton of damage. And beyond that, you've got the leech men who just hobble at you from down the hallway, and unless you have a fire weapon, you can't really hurt them much at all. But they can snipe you with stretchy arm attacks from anywhere, and they're probably gonna hit you unless your movement is really on point. You've got the frogs that aren't terrible if you have acid rounds for your grenade launcher. If you have anything else, good luck. They're tanky, they're quick, and they insta-kill you. Like, everything in Zero that you run into that's not a basic zombie is like the worst enemy ever. And the boss fights suck. Zero has the worst boss fights. It's got the bat that flies around in the church and you have to aim up at it. It's got that scorpion on the train that isn't bad if you use the hunting rifle and like all of the shotgun shells that you get by that point. But even if you do, you're gonna empty every round of that gun into it just to like break the armor open and do some damage, and then you're gonna have to switch to the pistol still. It's got that that centipede boss that grabs Rebecca, and you have to use Billy and whatever you have in Billy's inventory at the time the fight starts, because it happens like without warning. And you have to kill the centipede within a short period of time, otherwise it will insta-kill Rebecca. It doesn't even try to fight you. It just genuinely, it's a DPS check in a Resident Evil game that you're not warned of ahead of time. So who knows what weapons you're even gonna have in your inventory when that happens. Like, the bosses in CV are also total shit. Or sorry, not CV, in Zero. I think that is genuinely Zero's biggest issue, is that nothing in that game is fun to fight. it all is actively annoying as fuck. And that's not even mentioning, like, just the frequency that they throw annoying enemies at you with. Like, there's one point when you're just below the church that had the bat, and you have to go down there as Billy. And when you go down there, in the first hallway of that area on Billy's side, because it's one of those areas where Rebecca's doing like half of it and Billy's doing like half of it, and they can't reach each other. You have to swap back and forth to like slowly reunite them. Billy, when he first arrives down there, has a hallway with 2 leechmen in it. And you only have Billy. And again, it's like, I hope you have fire weapons for Billy at that point, because if you don't, you're fucked. It's just, you're gonna die, basically. That is probably Zero's biggest issue. I think that, like, the more that I replay Zero as well, the more that I actually don't mind the split players. I wish there were item boxes. I really wish there were item boxes. I would way prefer that. Like, managing the inventory between the two gets better every time as well. Obviously, because just knowledge helps with that. Like, playing the game enough times to know what to do. That helps a lot. This is the save room. Fuck. But I feel like the enemies and just the frequency with which they spam the obnoxious enemies at you is the worst part. I feel like that really is just the worst. It's constant leechmen. Once the little monkey fuckers come in, it's those guys constantly. Once you reach the frogs actually, there aren't that many in the water treatment plant. But it really is like, I hope you have acid rounds on hand when you encounter those frogs, because the acid rounds will insta-kill them. But if you don't, they're gonna tank pretty much anything else that you throw at them, and they're gonna insta-kill you. They just, if they get you, you're dead. It's really obnoxious. And then even good bosses in Zero, like the Tyrant, both times that you fight the Tyrant, it's when your characters are split up, and both times it's also a surprise again, where like you're just going somewhere completely unsuspecting, doing a puzzle or whatever, and then boom, Tyrant appears out of nowhere. And the first one isn't so bad, because you're at the end of like an entire area where you play as Rebecca only. So you probably have like the Magnum or whatever on you. And it's at the exit to the area, so you can kind of assume that there's gonna be something soon when you're going there. But the second Tyrant fight in the water treatment plant is especially awful, because it's also in a hallway that's basically like this. Like, your playable space for fighting the second Tyrant is like this. And he comes in literally while you're mid-puzzle and have your character split up. And you have an arena where you can't actually dodge him. You can just try to like sit in a corner and buy yourself some time before he gets to you. And then just face tank whatever he throws, heal, try to run to the other side and repeat. The second Tyrant fight in Zero is also shit. And it's like, it's a Tyrant fight. They should be fun. They normally are fun. That one's not. That one sucks. Zero's got issues. And I feel like the enemies and bosses are actually the main issue. Personally. The more that I replay Zero, the more that I'm like, it's the enemies. They suck ass. But also, it's probably because I've played Zero enough to actually not have many issues with the inventory anymore, because once you learn how to manage it, it's totally fine. Oh man, the enemies in Zero piss me off so much. I hate them. Salandra? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Thank you for the sub. A coin on entry. Have I been here? Hold on now. I just walked into that door and got a coin. Oh, I've been here. God damn it. I got 2 minutes on the clock, man. You ever play Dark Souls 2 and go through the Shrine of Amana area? Yes. I've played through Dark Souls 2 a couple times now. And I actually really don't mind that game now that I've actually like sat through it in its entirety a couple times. Shrine of Amana is terrible. What's the one snowy DLC area that's like notoriously awful? Because yeah, that one's terrible too. That genuinely is just the worst. The game is good, that area is garbage though, I would agree. And the one, actually a lot of the DLC in that game I strongly dislike. Because not even just that one, but like, dude, the opening area to the first DLC, I can't remember what it's called. No one bitches about it except for me. I swear that is like one of the worst areas in a Souls game. I fucking hate it. It's so bad. That's the boss door. What's Awuga? Go to Google and just type in like Awuga, now that's a dame, and go to videos. That probably answers that question, I think. That door doesn't work either. I have a minute. There's a chance. There is a chance. I missed. I don't know if I've been through here. Go, Chris, go. As fast as you can. I'm back in the fire area? Or one of them, there are a few. I'm so lost. I don't think there's a chance. Even if I got it here, I wouldn't be able to run to the boss door. Like, I don't have time. Or kill the boss. I also have to kill the boss once I'm there. I may need to rinse out my ears. The best part is that I don't even know what exactly you found. When I said that, I just assumed that you would find a satisfactory answer. Am I looping back somehow? I do need to draw a map of this. This is bullshit. I feel like I have a solid enough understanding now. But I thought I had a good understanding until I got here. And now I'm like, where the fuck am I? Because I feel like I've looped back to a prior area somehow. But I don't know. The hell did I just watch? I have no idea what you guys found. Now, how am I back here? How did I get back here? We're gonna have to make a map. It's just gonna have to happen. Oh, the whole place just blows up. Okay. I need a piss break. I'll be back in a minute. I'll make a map. I will. Feel free to get up, get a drink, snack, bathroom break, whatever, while I'm up. Do what you gotta do. And I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm ready. I'm ready to make a map. It has to be done. It has to be. Hold on. Getting it out. There we go. I can make a map with that. Okay. Yeah. Alright, who's ready for this?
Come on.
It's map time. Still stuck in the Code Veronica era. I wish this was Code Veronica. I really do. I so wish this was Code Veronica. Okay. So the first bit. I'm gonna have to shrink this down. Also, I don't really know where to put it, but figure it out. I'm mapping. Hold on. How do I do text on here again? There. Can't believe I'm actually resorting to this. This map just makes no sense, so I will make my own. And then there's just a straight hallway here. Is he gonna 100% them though? No, he was just playing them. I'm the 100% guy. Let me go back. I need to get the shape of that hallway. Pulls the new completionist. Oh god. Without the charity fraud, of course. So here. God. Okay. Son of a bitch. does not want me to correctly align these things, but it's fine. Fix it up later. Okay. I got it. I got my map. I should label this. There. For later. Came in from that door. It's like a square. It's a square with a hole in the middle. Drawing your own map in paint? Yes. Yes, I am. There's not a map out there for this game, and this, I've gotten lost so many times while doing this. I need a map, so I'm making one. There. Okay, this room has nothing important. Oh, wait, barrels. Don't let me forget barrels. If I miss barrels, yell at me. Barrels could have jewels in them. Okay, so I just need like a tiny little... How to yell in chat? Just keep saying it. Like so? Yeah, that would work. None in those barrels. But yeah, see, this is why we're mapping, because this is suddenly getting complicated. Okay, so there's that room. And then there's a hallway down here that goes to a door there. You need to start marking entrances and stuff too. This is gonna start getting confusing now that it's really coming together. I need to start marking, like, usable doors. It tells you how many there are? Yeah, there are 4. We know that. Oh shit, which of these doors did I come through? For the sake of the map? Sorry, I'm marking all the doors. Hold on. I take my mapping seriously, alright? Okay, this was where I came from. Yes. Okay, so yeah, you come through here. It's like that. Move that. Back, yeah. And then like that. There's a door in here. Boss didn't come by today? Yeah, she might be asleep. I haven't heard from her since like, I don't know, 9 a.m.-ish. Oh, sweet Jesus. And this is another fork. Is that a jewel? It is not. Really? How was the Halo stream? It was good. Halo stream was good. There's a little hallway there. Another little, there's a jewel. Another little hallway back here. Wasn't North Carolina having some floods? Not North Carolina, to my knowledge. That's Texas is having crazy floods right now. As far as I know. I haven't heard anything about North Carolina. Okay. This map is coming together, chat. I had to mark the jewel too, for obvious reasons. And yeah, now that I'm mapping it out, I am like, oh my god, no wonder I was lost, dude. This is a shit show already, and there's so much more to go. Yeah, I didn't even come down this way. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay. I thought I was somewhere I was not. So then, okay. Is Fall streaming today? She is, yes. Yeah. So. Jesus Christ. Send that to the bottom layer. And then there's like a cross shape going on in here. Because the pause menu stops the timer. Even if it didn't, I would still just put aside the time to do this. Because holy shit, I need this map. It's unbelievable. Okay, and then there's a door up this way. And there's a door that way. This map is so crudely made. This is great. God forbid I ever need to use this map for a video or something someday. Pray for my sake that I don't. Because holy shit, this is a disaster of a map. It's working, like the info is there, it just looks awful. This goes outside. So grab me another one of them big macaroni curves that I used earlier. Hold on, zombie. I'm working here. That goes outside. This goes into another cross shape. Oops. Could you upload it on Discord later? I could. It's terrible. He's gatekeeping it for sure. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh no. This was my fear. My fear being that these connect. Good enough. Works for me. forget which doors, which? Is that where I came from? Or... yeah, that's where I came from. See? I have a map now, fuckers. I can navigate this level just by consulting the map and seeing where all the doors are. I can know what direction is what. Probably would have been easier to make the map from the VOD of your last playthrough, because that was like 40 minutes. Yeah, the 35-minute time limit one, you mean? Maybe. I don't even know if I got to all the areas, though, during that playthrough. Posted online somewhere for future generations. Probably. I probably should. I should also probably put a big label on this room. Worm. Son of a bitch. Okay, that's the bottom portion of the map mapped out once I add this. Worm. It's been labeled. Okay. I have a map started. It's beautiful. Not really. It's kind of horrific, but should work. I think. It is about that time. It's a little over that time. But the bottom portion is mapped, meaning I do also have a marked jewel on the map where I'm like, the jewel is here. So I'll take it. I probably should have just hung out in there for the music, huh? Well, it's too late now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy it and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a follow, sub, whatever. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff. Like System Shock 2 remaster. I still have to finish that. What else am I doing? Yakuza, Metal Gear, Ace Combat, all sorts of stuff. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to leave a like. Helps out with algorithm and stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below on the YouTube side or on Twitch. They're on the channel page. They're in chat commands, things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. Those are all there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys back here next time. Thank you again for the new members, the super chats, all that. I appreciate it. It really does help, so thank you. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.